Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off our presentation today with the intriguing topic of fog. On this first slide, you'll see the title Fog, which sets the stage for what we'll explore together. We'll be looking into what fog is, how it forms, and its impact on our environment and daily lives. So stay with me as we dive into this fascinating subject. Let's get started. Now, moving on to slide 6, which covers the poetic devices used in the poem. Here, we'll explore the various literary tools that Sandberg employs to create his vivid imagery and emotional impact. These devices, like metaphors, personification, and rhythm, help bring the poem to life and deepen our understanding. Recognizing these devices allows us to appreciate the craftsmanship behind the poem and see how they work together to convey its central themes. As we discuss these, think about how each device enhances the mood and message of the poem. This understanding will also help us connect the poetic techniques to the overall theme of the presentation. Carl August Sandburg was born on January 6, 1878, and he passed away on July 22, 1967. He was a remarkable American figure, an accomplished poet, biographer, journalist, and editor. Throughout his career, Sandburg received widespread recognition, including 3 Pulitzer Prizes. 2 of these were for his poetry, and 1 was for his biography of Abraham Lincoln. During his lifetime, many considered him a major figure in contemporary literature, especially for his collections of verse like Chicago Poems in 1916, Cornhuskers in 1918, and Smoke and Steel in 1920. His work resonated deeply with many because of the diverse experiences he drew upon, which connected him to so many aspects of American life. When he died in 1967, President Lyndon B. Johnson famously said that Carl Sandburg was more than just a voice of America. He was, in fact, America itself. In this slide, we're exploring the central idea of the poem. The key point is that the poem uses the natural phenomenon of fog as a metaphor, comparing it to a cat. The poet describes how the fog comes and goes silently, just like a cat quietly appearing and disappearing. This comparison helps us see how subtle and unobtrusive nature can be. It also emphasizes the idea that such natural events often go unnoticed, yet they have their own quiet presence. Connecting this to the overall theme, the poem invites us to observe and appreciate the gentle, unnoticed movements of nature around us. The fog comes quietly, almost gently, on little cat feet, which is such a vivid way to describe its movement. It's not aggressive or loud. It's subtle and graceful. As it sits looking over the harbor and the city, it creates this mysterious, almost magical atmosphere. The fog has this stillness, sitting silently on its haunches, before it moves on again, fatting away just as quietly as it arrived. This image really highlights how nature interacts with urban spaces, sometimes softly, almost unnoticed, shaping our environment in subtle ways. It reminds us that change often happens quietly, and we should pay attention to those gentle shifts around us. This fits into the overall theme of observing and appreciating the quiet, often overlooked moments that influence our world. The poet describes the fog as coming silently, much like a cat that approaches quietly on its feet. He emphasizes how the fog, just like a cat, sits so quietly by folding its knees and observing its surroundings. This comparison helps us visualize the stillness and stealthiness of the fog as it envelops the harbor and the city, covering everything in its gentle presence. Then, he points out that after some time, just as a cat moves away silently without a fuss, the fog also disappears quietly from the scene. This imagery beautifully captures the transient nature of fog, its quiet arrival and departure, highlighting the subtle, almost magical way it interacts with the environment. It also connects to the overall theme of how nature's elements can be both gentle and mysterious, blending seamlessly into our surroundings. Now let's look at some key words and their meanings to deepen our understanding. First, harbor. This simply means a port, a place where ships can dock and find shelter. It's an important word in the context of transportation and trade. Next, on silent haunches. This phrase describes sitting with knees bent, often in a relaxed or alert position. It's a descriptive way to talk about how someone or something is sitting quietly and attentively. These words might seem simple, but they help us paint clearer pictures and understand the nuances of language. Recognizing such words and their meanings allows us to grasp the full message of the text or conversation. Remember, mastering these keywords enhances our overall comprehension and communication skills. So, keep these meanings in mind as we continue exploring more vocabulary and its role in language. Now, let's explore the analogy used in the poem, comparing fog to a cat. This personification helps us see fog not just as a weather phenomenon, but as a living, breathing entity. Imagine fog as a feline, silent, mysterious, and sometimes elusive. Just as a cat moves quietly and unpredictably, fog drifts and curls without warning, creating an air of intrigue. This comparison makes the abstract concept of fog more relatable and vivid, engaging our imagination. It emphasizes the poem's theme of perception, how we interpret natural elements by giving them human-like qualities. By personifying fog as a cat, the poem invites us to see the natural world in a more intimate, almost playful way, deepening our understanding of poetic devices and their impact.